Welcome to the Nicholas 11x12 technology, and once again we're looking at an RC quadcopter. However, this is going to be my last one, at least in this low price range. Today I'm looking at the JJRC JJ-600B drone, which costs around $60 to $70 US. However, by the time I'm making this video, Banggood.com doesn't have it on their website anymore, but there are very similar quadcopters available on their site. So thank you Banggood.com for sending me this final RC quadcopter to review. In the box is the quadcopter itself, of course, finally a black transmitter, the USB charging cable and two spare propellers. Also included is a small USB microSD card reader with an included microSD card with a capacity of 512 megabytes. That's huge! No, I'm just kidding, that's actually pretty small. And last but not least, a manual in English. Alright, on the very first sight, this quadcopter looks really good, but then I touch it and yeah, the plastic is very thin and the quality not really good, but at least it's that flexible type of plastic, therefore it doesn't break that easily. The thin plastic, however, also has a benefit, and that would be the weight. It's obviously very lightweight, which means less power is needed to get this drone flying. But then on the other hand, because of the small weight, it'll be a bit harder to fly this copter in windier conditions. However, as a beginner, you shouldn't be flying any drone in such conditions. The axes, however, are fairly robust, and so are the propeller blades. That's probably the reason why you only get 2 spare ones instead of 4. When taking a look at the bottom of this quadcopter, well, it doesn't look that good, a bit raw and cheap if you ask me, but hey, the price indeed is low. Still, out of all the drones I've tested so far, the functionality seems to be the best here on this JJ-600B. For instance, there's no fancy battery cover or anything like that you most likely wouldn't be able to put back on and close anyway. Instead, the battery is sandwiched in between there and keeps itself in place with the help of these plastic ends on each side. Speaking of battery, this quadcopter is equipped with a 380 mAh lithium polymer battery. That should be good enough for about 5 minutes of flight time or so. To power up the drone, just plug in the battery into this connector here. In the front is a camera, by the way. With this one you should be able to take photos and shoot video. I'll show you the quality a little bit later. The footage is stored on the microSD card that's included. There's the card slot in which you have to install the microSD card. Unfortunately, I have no idea what the connection here in the rear is for. Probably for some kind of module for different quadcopter models. Once the drone is on, it lights up with red and blue colors. Therefore, you could indeed also fly in the darkness. And now, the noise level. Yeah, that's all for the drone, I guess. The transmitter finally is in black, but it's fairly simple. That means 4 channels and 2.4 GHz. The antenna can be tilted up and the throttle stick is on the left side here. These 2 buttons here, for instance, are the photo and video buttons to take photos or shoot video with a quadcopter camera. This transmitter requires 4 AA batteries. Now let's fly this copter. As always, I'm really bad at flying these things, but I have to say, as a beginner, this is the easiest drone to fly so far. I'd like to try out some extreme stunts, but I don't want it to break because I have no practice at all and I'd immediately crash. I just want to avoid that and fly safe. The camera quality surprisingly isn't even that bad. I mean, overall it's really bad, but at least you can easily make out objects and the frame rate is good and stable. So I would say the footage is usable if you don't need high quality content. And yeah, what else can I say here? For a price of $60 to $70, not too bad. The propeller blades are somewhat protected and this drone flies surprisingly well, much better than the previous quadcopters I've tested so far. The flight time is okay. The quality, of course, is super cheap, but it works. For an entry-level RC quadcopter, I would indeed recommend trying this JJRC JJ-600B out. Again, thank you Banggood.com for sending me this product to review. Thanks for watching, don't forget to subscribe and visit Nicholas11x12techx.com to see videos there earlier than on YouTube. Also say no to ad blockers in order to support me and to make future videos possible. Thank you.